向往的远方，精彩的世界，有多少人想要，又有多少人敢要
？What's going on, guys? Drones Dogs here. Welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, so we're going to be checking out this little S98 little mini Wi-Fi drone that I picked up off Banggood for like 26 bucks or something like that. I'll have the images popping up on the camera, of course, on the screen below, so you guys can check that out. But I thought I'd pick up one of these. The last one performed pretty decent, the LSRC GT2 Pro, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick up another one. This one was like I said, 26 bucks for the single battery version, and it comes with a little Wi-Fi FPV camera, extra battery. Here's the battery right here. So looking at everything that you get right here, you get a goodie bag with 2 sets, or 4 blades, but it's actually 2 extra propellers. So it's 4 blades with 2 extra propellers. You get a set of not landing gear, but propeller guards, prop guards. You get a Phillips screwdriver, and of course you get this USB to micro USB charger to charge the battery. The battery has a micro USB port there, and it also has a little LED indicator that lights up red when it's charging, and then it'll turn off when it's fully charged. And the battery is just similar to the one from the last drone, the 3.7 volt. It's a 1800 milliamp hour battery, so hopefully we get a decent flight time with that. We got some documentation in here over the S98. So this is the documentation, or the aircraft manual, to go over the controller and all that stuff like that. But I do believe the controller is labeled. So, and for our batteries, we're gonna need 3 AA batteries, not included, you guys. So just keep that in mind, not included on the AA batteries. Also, here's a quick start guide for the app. Tells you what app you need. The Wi-Fi Cam app is the app you're gonna need for this bad boy. So make sure you download that free download app in the iOS or the Google Play Store. So however you want to do that, whatever phone you have. Comes with this nice carrying case here, you guys, which is pretty decent. Looking at the well, let's look over the controller first, because the drone looks pretty decent. Has a nice little plastic film over there. Like I said, this came from Banggood, so it took a couple weeks to get here. So we already know, looking at the controller, we're gonna need 3 AA's. Just went over that. Gimbals. FPV phone mount right here, which seems to be pretty decent. Looks like we got automatic takeoff. We got a headless mode. We got a light button. Maybe there's another little like trick function button. There's a couple little function buttons on here. So maybe this thing does a couple different tricks. And I know we have a lighting mode because the motor blades actually light up, which was another cool feature why I wanted to pick this up. Looks like we got a speed button right here. This might be gyro calibration. This might be headless mode. So we'll definitely have to look at the instructions. Power button. Ooh. There's no screw in the transmitter, so hopefully that don't keep falling out when we try to get into our flight. Yeah, clicked in there, so we should be good. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get into the instructions to see what all these buttons do, but the transmitter is pretty different. I never had one like this before, so we should get along pretty good with that. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. The S98. Looks like we have a manually adjustable camera here. I think it's manually adjustable. Yeah, manually adjustable, tilt adjustable camera. I believe it's a 1080p. Now you guys know how Banggood is. It says 4K and all that stuff. This thing does have obstacle avoidance sensors underneath here. So if you're flying indoors, I don't imagine it will work too well outdoors. We might try it, but if you're flying indoors, it does have obstacle avoidance sensors for this little cheapo. That's pretty cool. It does have a missing spot because it's a single camera. They have a dual camera version. This is the single camera version, so it does not have the optical flow sensor underneath. All it has is the single camera up front. We got these floppy dog ear propellers. Fold out the front arms before it says obstacle avoidance right there. That's pretty cool. Fold out the front arms first, and there you go, guys. And then the rear And you have this little plastic film protecting the drone. Peel that off. There we go. Nice. And then these little motor pods light up. So if you do a night flight, I think this lights up too. Now there's no SD card or anything like that. So you're gonna get Wi-Fi video and pictures directly back to your phone. Let's see if we can get some lights out of this. No charge. Maybe this battery's all the way dead. Oh, there we go. Hold it down for a few seconds. Look at that. Super lit little drone, guys. So we're gonna check this bad boy out, get this battery charged up. I don't want to go over to too much talking, and we'll see how this bad boy performs. What's going on, guys? Drones and Dogs here. Welcome back to the channel. All right, guys. So today we're gonna be checking out this S98 Wi-Fi Fpv foldable drone that I picked up off Banggood for like 26 bucks. Bow. Yes, 26 bucks, guys. Hopefully it flies just as good as the other one that I picked up off Banggood. You guys would have seen I floated like a day or two ago. That guy was called the LSRC GT2 Pro, the DJI Mini 3 clone, I called it. But even though it has nothing to do with DJI, guys, I just called it a Mini 3 clone because just check that video out. It actually does look like a Mini 3, a $20 Mini 3 clone. It flew pretty decent for the price. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that this flies just as decent as this one. Now, you guys, I forget what they claim. I think they claim 4K camera, but you guys know these little Wi-Fi cheap FPV cameras do not have 4K. But, you know, the Banggood listing, I think it said 4K, but I think it's probably going to be like 720p at the best. We're going to just check it out, guys. We're going to see what it actually does and check out the photo quality and the video quality and stuff like that. As you can see, it's the S98, the Wi-Fi version. Wi-Fi meaning that there's not going to be no SD card slot. So it's going to be video footage recorded directly through the Wi-Fi feed back to your phone. Okay, guys? So there's no SD card slot to be had, nothing like that. I did do an initial unboxing earlier in the video. You would have seen everything I went over, the battery and everything you get with this bad boy. Now, I didn't really go over the transmitter because I had to look at the instructions, guys, because there's so many buttons. Even though they're labeled, I had to look over the instructions. So there's no bumper buttons on the like you would have on a traditional transmitter. There's no bumper buttons. It does take 3 AA batteries, not included. So you have what looks like a little compass. This is your headless mode. Short press for headless mode, long press for 1-key return. You guys do know that's not a GPS return. It's not gonna come back and land, guys. All it's gonna do is make the quadcopter fly opposite direction of the heading that it took off from. So if you fly it and it goes straight out, you hit 1-key return, it will return this way. But if you're over here, standing over there, and wanted to return this way, it's not. It's gonna come back this way. So it's gonna follow the direction of the heading from where it first took off. Okay, you have an automatic takeoff and an automatic land button here. You have a speed button right here. You have your direction trim, your trimming button. So you will hold this down. If the quadcopter was drifting and you wanted to trim it out, you will hold this down and you would trim it the way opposite of the direction that the quadcopter is drifting. You have this obstacle. This does have obstacle avoidance. So we may try that out here today. You know what I'm saying? I might, you know, test it out. We may. But to turn that on and off is this button right here. It's the obstacle avoidance button. We have a 360 flip button. And we have 2 lighting modes. So this is the turn on the LEDs on and off. And then you have a couple like a lighting. You could short press it and then go through different light settings because these motor pods on the drone will actually light up. Now we won't be able to see that today because it's so bright. So we definitely have to pop out for a night flight. So this will definitely be part 1 of this drone. We'll have to come out with a part 2 and do a night flight because this guy has a lot of different LEDs and lighting features that we'll definitely have to check out in the nighttime. I'm kind of interested in checking that out. So we have a power button here, guys, and that's pretty much it. That's the drone in the the controller in the nutshell. Anyways, and then we have some LED lights in there, phone mount right there, guys. So not too shabby, not too shabby. So I wanted to briefly go over that. The app for this bad boy is the Wi-Fi Cam app. downloadable in the iOS or Google Play Store. So let's go ahead and fold these front arms first. Front arm have these little like plastic landing gear here, and you have these obstacle avoidance sensors underneath. I don't imagine that's gonna work outside here well, because I think it uses an infrared light to bounce off to get the obstacle avoidance sensors to work. We have a Wi-Fi Fpv camera, mainly adjustable, guys, so you can adjust it. You can go about 45 degrees down all the way up to 0 degrees, guys, which is pretty cool. I like the look of this drone. I like it. The S98 looks pretty different. So let's take our first flight of this bad boy and just see how it performs. What do you guys say about that? Let's just see. Basic flight test. See how this bad boy performs. Now the app for this bad boy is the Wi-Fi Cam app. Yeah, I just said that. So yeah, Wi-Fi Cam app. So let's go ahead and just turn this on. Lights flash up, down, and I believe to do a level calibration, we're gonna do both joysticks down and out, I believe. Or is it down and in? Okay, both joysticks down and in. And you can see LEDs flashing. Oh, well, you can see that, yeah, it's got some cool LED lights on this bad boy. So yeah, down and in, there's a level calibration. So let's go ahead and get into the Wi-Fi for this bad boy. Wi-Fi, it says Wi-Fi 8K. Wi-Fi 8K and some numbers. Wow, that's crazy. And this is not no 8K camera. Wow. But yeah, we're gonna get it in, guys, and see. So we're getting to this Wi-Fi Cam app. Actually, I want to get out of that. Before I get into the Wi-Fi Cam app, now that we connected to the Wi-Fi of the drone, I want to start a screen recording. Go ahead and yeah, start a screen recording. So let me start the screen recording. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Screen recording is started. Let's back out of that, guys. So let's get into this Wi-Fi Cam app now. Now, put this in the phone mount. Should be good to go. Should hold that there. It's holding my phone. Click start. Okay. And there we go, guys. Wi-Fi Fpv. There you go. You can see the functions of the app and the settings and stuff like that. I think you can zoom in. Look at that. You got 50 times zoom. Wow. On this little thing. That's kind of cool. You can do that. I'm gonna leave it all the way down to 1. Let's go. It's got some different little features in it. So let's go ahead. We're wasting so much time. Let's go ahead and start the recording. Recording is started, you guys. Let's hit this automatic takeoff and see if it takes off. One press, automatic takeoff, and it takes off, guys. This is the first rate. Like I said, there's no optical flow or nothing like that. So only thing this has is altitude hold to help it stay in the air. So it will get blown around with it being so lightweight. It will get blown around. So I'm in the first rate, full forward, into the wind. I'm flying directly into the wind right now. First rate into the wind. Yaw it around. First rate with the wind. So you can see the wind blows it real good. Let's come back into the wind, first rate. First rate into the wind. So let's change the rate. Second rate. This is second rate into the wind. You can see, picked up the pitch. Second rate with the wind. A lot faster. Let's go into see if it has a third rate. Yes, it does. It has 3 rates or 3 speeds. So this is the third speed into the wind. A lot more controllable. And then third speed with the wind. A lot faster. So let's go back down to speed number 2. And see if we can get it over here. So it's having a little bit more, the wind has picked up in speed number 2. And it's having a little bit more trouble fighting speed number 2. Let's do flips. So short press of the 360 flip button and pick a direction, and it does flips. So it only does side flips, no front or back flips. It only does side rolls. So only rolls to the left or right when you flip it. It doesn't do front or back flips, which is okay. Like I said, you don't want to be flipping these brush quads too much anyways. So let's go back to the third rate since the wind is starting to pick up. Just about to approach 2.5 minutes of recording here. And the drone is actually pretty good. It's flying pretty good. It's a little bit more breezier than I thought it was going to be here today. Even though the sun is bright, it's a little bit more breezier than I expected it to be. But this thing is performing pretty well. There is no gimbal or image stabilization on this, so with all this wind and stuff, you're going to see the drone getting rocked around a lot, and that's because there's no image stabilization. So whichever which way the drone tilts or points, that's what you're going to see in the camera, which is to be expected on a drone that's what, $26 from Banggood. I cannot wait to see this thing at night though. It should be a decent flyer. So we got 3 minutes, 24 seconds of recording. Let's stop the recording real quick. I want to see if we can take some photos here. Can we get it down a little bit? Come on over here, bugger. Look at them blue LEDs in front. You can definitely see those in the daytime. This thing looks really cool. Trying to take a photo. I believe it's taking some photos. I can't really tell. I think it is because the screen kind of stutters for a second. So I think we took a couple photos. Let's go ahead and start the recording again. Like I said, this is the single battery version, and it does come with a dual battery version and a 3 battery version. I just opted for the single battery version just to show you guys on the review. But this is a good flyer, man. $26. $26. Wi-Fi Fpv actually looks pretty decent too, to be honest. Getting blinded by the sun here. So we're just gonna fly it. Let you guys check out this camera as I fly it. You guys can be the judge if you would spend $26 on this. I would. For inflation and how the prices of things are going up, you can spend $26 and learn to fly a drone for cheap. That's cheap. A drone that's actually performing pretty decent. I like this. I like this one better than the other one. I liked the other one too, don't get me wrong. But this one seems to have a better flight time and flies just a little bit better. The other one flew great though, don't get me wrong. The other one that I just reviewed at LSRC, that flew great too. But this one just, I don't know, something about it. I like the way it looks. Has some cool LEDs on it, and it's flying in some wind. And it's flying for a good long while on one battery. And they both had the same milliamp hour style battery. They both came with 1800 milliamp hour batteries, and this one is flying considerably longer. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice, guys. This is nice. I'm liking this thing. What is this? S98? I like this. I'll be keeping this one for sure. Put it in my collection of decent little flyers. As long as I'm crashing into that tree, huh? So bright I can't see him. Ooh, I think that's our flight time. Yep. Oh. And it landed it. So let me stop that recording. So that was our flight time, guys. I don't know what we get. About 7-8 minutes out of that. I don't know, probably at least a good 8 minutes. This thing is freaking cool, man. It's freaking awesome. Let me go ahead and stop my screen recording as well. Screen recording stopped. All right, guys, so I got my screen recording stopped and saved. That's the first flight of this little S98 drone, guys. Pretty decent, I think, for the price. Your boy Drones and Dogs. Probably next time we get this bad boy out would definitely be a night flight, and we'll also definitely test out some of the app functions the next time we fly it. I just wanted to get a quick first test flight out of this bad boy out of the box. I like it. And we'll definitely at some point test out the obstacle avoidance too at some point. And yeah, your boy Drones and Dogs. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the S98 from Banggood. Catch you guys in the next episode. I am out. Deuces.